Please stand. I want to welcome everyone to Rotary, in person and also on Zoom, and Mr. Lester Stewart.
I sing because I'm happy. I hope you are too. Let's have our national anthem. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, I see how we live at the twilight's last gleam, those ice flakes and bright stars through the glare of the sky, o'er the mountains were so gallantly seen, and the rockets went down the sea, and through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star sing, our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Session as our invocation.
Y'all bow and pray with me, please. Lord, just thank you for this beautiful day you've given us. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this club. We just pray for your blessings on all. And Father, just surround us with good influence. Help us to recognize needs around us. Bless those who are that are less fortunate than we are. And just help us to always see the need and help where needed. Thank you so much for your son. All these things we ask in his name.
Amen. Thank you, Stan. Catherine Lele has our family of Rotary.
Here I come. All right, so we got some birthdays coming up. We got Tom Sorrells, August 2nd, Meredith Flowers, August 2nd, Wes Grant, August 3rd, Dennis Coe, August 4th, and Tara Black, August 6th. Also got 2 anniversaries. We got Danny Sharp and Vicky, August 5th, and Jim Whaley and Joy, August 6th. To go with Family of Rotary, we've got 3 announcements to make. They're not so great, so bear with me. I kind of hate giving these, but Adam Hall's mother has passed away, so be praying for Adam. Paul Angeloff, hospice were called in, and he's not doing too well, so we want to pray some more about that. And James Etheridge has COVID, but it's very mild, so we're thankful for that. Not thankful for COVID, but we'll take the mild. So.
He's zooming.
Yes. Hi, James. All right, thanks.
Steve Holloman will introduce our guest.
We're happy to welcome our guests and visiting Rotarians today. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all the visitors are recognized. Tara Grant, guest of Wes Grant, and April Luker.
Sam Basket drawing. $426 more. All right. Last 4 digits, 6675. 6675. Look at that. on Tuesday.
Oh, my goodness.
Two Dominic, yes. All right. Good, thanks, Rick. Have several announcements. Josh, come and make your announcement.
Got a couple things to talk about today. First, just a minute, my wife is the director of Meals on Wheels here in the Wiregrass, and she's in need of some volunteers to help drive. So if that might be something you're interested in, they drive 5 days a week. It takes about 45 minutes. Let me know. It's something great. If you have a business, you can, kind of rotate, float. You can drive as much or as little as you want. You want to do it every week, once a month. However, she's in need of some help there. So if that's something you might be interested in, let me know. Secondly, everybody should have one of these forms on their table. We are asking, we're trying to be more diligent on finding some quality individuals to join our club. There's strength in numbers. So if you would, please take the next few minutes and fill this out. There's 3 sections. In each section, we'd ask that you write someone in our area, in our community, that might be a good Rotarian, might be interested. So we'll take this time. Please, there should be some pens on the table as well. Please take some time and fill this out. We'll take about 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, and I've got more pens if you need them.
Okay. And then we'll pick them up after 3 minutes. Thank you.
One minute. Minute and a half. 2 minutes. Two minutes and 40 seconds. All right, thank you, guys. Paul Lee has a presentation.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm not sure I know Adam's not here. Is Brandon Hurst or Davis Flowers here? How about anyone from the Dothan Rotary Children's Foundation? Are you here today?
I am.
Okay, you are. Well, come on down. A lot of you already know this. Some of the new members may not, but Wiregrass Rehab Center is very, very fortunate. The people that own this property, which is the Children's Rotary, the Dothan Rotary Children's Foundation, and basically Rotary, owns the property. Well, we at Wiregrass Rehab Center own the buildings and do all the work. We're very fortunate because we have Rotary in support of doing that. And every year we pay $1 lease for the property. And so today I'm going to make this presentation, but just to give you some of those of you that are new. We run about a $12 million budget here. We're working on the budget right now. We have almost 200 employees. That includes full-time and part-time. Our goal and mission is to put people with disabilities to work. A lot of people way ahead of us, way ahead of me, with a lot of wisdom, set this up and provided the opportunity for this. And that is our goal and mission. Just to give you an example of where we've come from. Les Moreland's dad was one of the ones that started this. And years ago, whenever payroll time came around, they had to put the money out of their pocket. Well, fortunately, we haven't had to come ask you to pay for any bills like that, but we've been very blessed. The community has supported us. You as a Rotarian has supported us. We just ask for you to continue to do that. We're making a huge impact. People drive by this building every day that live here and have been living here that have no idea what we do and how we affect those that work here. Our goal and mission is to put those with disabilities to work and help them become independent. There's nothing better than someone to become independent financially and to be able to live on their own, get their own transportation, whatever the case may be, is to meet that need. So today, this large check of $1 and a large thank you, I'd like to present this to you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Last Wednesday was Camp Aska Day, and Willis Smitherman is going to just give us a little report on Camp Aska. He's been involved with the camp for quite a while, and I've never been. I had out-of-town company and couldn't go. I just think we could all benefit from knowing more about it.
Well, I think a lot of us here know a lot about Camp Aska, and I know a lot of people here that have been there. Camp Aska is a special place, and people that don't know anything about this, or new members and such, just would like for you to remember Camp Aska and why we do our tickets and what they support. But Camp Aska is located Jackson Gap, Alabama, off of 280, so we're near Dadeville, Alabama. But I know there's been some people very active here. I think, Jim, you've served on the board some years back. I've served. Andy Goslin, I think he's currently here serving. But Camp Aska is a nationally recognized facility. It's kind of one of the leaders in the country for therapeutic and recreational facilities in the state for people, adults and children with disabilities. It provides a fun and safe environment for barriers for campers and activities for them. Some of the things that's offered at the camp is swimming, a water slide, boating, tubing, fishing, crafts, horseback riding, tennis, basketball, archery, putt-putt golf. They have a great zip line. They do dances, they have talent shows, movies, and games for the campers as they go through. It costs somewhere around about $1,150 actual cost for a week for a camper to go through the facility. But I think they're charged in Alabama $750. There's some endowment funds that they have that they've been able to help reduce the cost of some of these campers. So some of the funds and things that we do through the drawing helps to fund some campers. It helps to fund some updating and things for the facility that are needed throughout the year. Whenever campers are there, there's always nurses, there's people that are typically, a lot of them are students in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and other fields, maybe people even in pre-med and such that serve there a lot of times during the summer camps that have to take care of the campers going through. Some of my personal experiences, I see a lot of children in the business that I do for braces and prosthetics and things like that, that I've known personally several of the families that have gone through that facility. And when they sit down and tell you, this is the only week out of the year that we're able to be away from each other. And it's a wonderful thing for my child because they get to go be around other people with similar disabilities. They just have the best time of their life. We go to pick them up. They don't want to go home. They want to stay. But they said it's just a huge relief thing for all of them, families and the children. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go last week, which made me very sad, but we had some things that worked that kept me from going. I don't know, was there anyone that got to go? It was a fabulous facility. The facility can even be rented for corporate outings and things like that. So if anyone would ever want to use that for training for your own facilities, staff, and just things like that, you can go to campaska.org and you can look up the facility and learn about it. Any questions?
Dale Goodwin made it. She was there.
Thank you. Where is she?
She's on the road today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody have a great day.
Thank you, Will. I didn't know what ASCA stood for, so I looked it up. It's the Alabama Special Camp for Children and Adults. All right, our Cameron Good is going to introduce our speaker for today.
Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, everyone. It's my privilege to introduce Jamie Summers to you. She's the family director, is that the top? Okay, at Graham South Assisted Living. She's going to be talking to us today about assisted living and their memory care services. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm extremely excited to hear what she has to tell us today. So with that, Jamie Summers.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Brittany Cole, and I am the marketing director at Graham South Senior Living. Thank you all for having us with you. Thank you for inviting us out. Lunch was wonderful. We really appreciate it. We've been asked to come out and speak about our home and our facility and just kind of who we are and what we are. Obviously, we are very new to the Wiregrass area. Have Jamie Summers with me. She is our executive director of the facility. Definitely not a public speaker, so I have my notes with me up here, so I apologize for that. But one thing that I do feel that I can do is speak on things that I am extremely passionate about. And so to me, that means our Wiregrass area and providing care for others. I've been fortunate enough to call the Wiregrass area home for the last 36 years. 10 of those years I've served as a registered nurse here in the Wiregrass area. There's truly no other place that I would rather call home than Dothan, Alabama. There's no other place that I would rather raise my family than Dothan, Alabama. I'll speak on some of the highlights of our home, and then I'll turn it over to our executive director, Jamie, who has prepared PowerPoint for you guys. Grand South opened our doors in September of 2021. We are Dothan's new premier assisted living and memory care facility. So we are assisted living, we're not a nursing home. There's a large difference there, and I'll let Jamie speak to some of those specifics on what those differences are. We have 80 apartments total, 40 in our memory care and 40 in our assisted living area. This month, we are welcoming in our 50th resident. So we are very excited about that. We are continuing to grow at a rapid pace. We are a single family owned company. Scott Brookins is our owner. Scott was actually born in Dothan. He was raised in Donaldsonville, Georgia, and currently resides in Tallahassee, Florida. This is Scott's only home here in the Wiregrass area, so we are not affiliated with any of the other assisted living homes here in the area. Scott's vision for Grand South was to bring premier senior living to the Wiregrass area. He wanted it to be a resort feel for seniors in our area, but still allowing them to live as independently as possible with some minor assistance. We do provide housing to seniors in the area that may need assistance with activities of daily living. So in our assisted living side, we have the resident that just wants to live there because he doesn't want to maintain his yard. He likes the 3 meals a day from the chef, and he may not need any assistance. But we also have residents that need assistance with toileting, bathing, getting to the dining room, any of those activities of daily living. In our memory care facility, it is a locked, secure area that we house typically dementia, Alzheimer's, sundowning residents that need to be in a secure facility. Many of our residents were found wandering down 84. They showed up at their beauty shop appointment at 2 a.m. instead of 2 p.m., which was the originally scheduled appointment time. Sundowners, elopement from the house at night, that sort of thing. I would say that is probably my favorite part of this is watching our families place their loved ones in memory care and the transformation that happens, because the families truly get to be families again, and we get to be the caregivers. That's a huge burden relieved from their shoulders, especially when you're dealing with someone with Alzheimer's, dementia. Staying up 24 hours around the clock trying to keep eyes on them can be quite exhausting if you've ever had to deal with anything like that. We are staffed around the clock with nurses and caregivers. Another really great thing that I think Grand South has brought to the area is job opportunities. We currently have 53 employees on staff at Grand South. As our census grows with residents, that number will grow as well, but everything from nurses to housekeepers to CNAs, administrative staff, just a number of opportunities there that we're really excited about for our area. I would say everyone's favorite person at Grand South is probably our executive chef. His name is Jose Melendez. He provides our residents with 3 home-cooked meals a day. He makes his own dessert, his own breads. Everything is made from scratch. He does not open vegetables and put it on their plates. He cooks them very good home-cooked meals. Another favorite at Grand South is our activities team. Grand South has 6 activities staff team members, and we run various activities from 9:30 in the morning until 7 p.m. Their morning starts with coffee, devotion, and exercise. And then as they go throughout their day, we have different groups that come in and provide entertainment for them. We have different outings that will take them to, different games that they're able to play. So it's really just a great way to keep them active and involved in that sense of community with each other. I will turn it over to Jamie for more specifics. I hope you all will come out to our home and support us on this journey of providing premier senior living to the Wiregrass area.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you to Cameron and you all for inviting us here today. I'm very excited to be here and talk about Grand South. It is a wonderful addition to our Wiregrass community. I'm going to talk a little bit to you guys about assisted living versus memory care, what assisted living means versus nursing home, how to pay for it, because people always question that. And then some volunteer opportunities that we have. So again, as Brittany noted, I forgot to turn it on. We opened our doors in September. We've been open for about a year. But one of the wonderful things that we've been able to do is to provide not only assisted living, where there's a number of in our Wiregrass area, but memory care. So that's some of the beautiful things about that. So as you can see, our home is built right off of John D. Odom, just behind Flowers. It is 40 bedrooms. Everybody asks me, well, is it 1 story or 2? It's only 1, but built with lots of storage space and attic in the front. We also offer, totally messed this. I'm gonna hand this to you, John. You know, what we really wanted to make sure is that we provided activities and upscale amenities within the home. So it's a large grand by design. We have an activity room and a chapel within there. It's a 24-hour coffee shop, so our residents can always come and keep hydrated and keep nutrition and keep that going. We also offer a wellness center there at Grand South. So this wellness center has age-appropriate exercise equipment for our residents, a great way to keep them updated. We also offer in-house physical therapy, PT, and other things like that. And so they can do that right inside of our home. They don't have to leave and go out. We also, with the addition, when COVID came out, we thought about what happens, how does our residents access medical care should there be another pandemic? You know, we didn't think this one was going to happen, and you know, doctors weren't able to go in and the residents weren't able to go out. So we have a full telemedicine suite at Grand South, where our Dr. Calhoun, who is our medical director, can see somebody, or somebody can see a different doctor. And we also have a beautiful layout for our homes. There's 2 different designs that residents can choose from: a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment. All those designs and that you bring in your own furniture. So we really want residents to be able to make it their own. We've offered granite style countertops, shaker style cabinets, subways on the backsplash, full-size refrigerators and things like that. Really luxury plank flooring. Our bathrooms are full ADA approved. So you may not believe it, it may sound crazy, but that's not required in an assisted living. But for us, we've made sure that we've provided that for safety. So we really want very, very safe environments for our residents that live there. Other things that they can enjoy is the activities that they spoke of, the registered dietitian, of our menu items that are offered, the activities as mentioned before. And then finally, as Brittany spoke about, personalized care. So should someone need a high level of care and really need heavy assistance, or should they want to live completely independently with their car there and that sort of stuff, and just want to come and go as they please, we can do that. So we can assist with managing incontinence, we can assist with diabetes, oxygen, dressing, grooming, all of those sorts of things. The other thing too is as seniors age, medicines become longer, the list gets bigger and more, there's a higher level of need for medication assistance. In our assisted living, we can assist with medication and administration. And then in our memory care, we can assist with, we can actually administer the medications as they are not able to prevent a medication error. So it's a little bit about our memory care. So the odd thing and something that's different in the Wiregrass is there's really only 2 places that offer memory care outside of Grand South. And they're both 16 bedroom apartments. Here in the Wiregrass area. We've built a 40-bed memory care unit. But what Scott has really tried to do, and what we do every day, is to make them not feel like they have any memory issues. We're keeping them constantly engaged and out into our rooms. What we provided is more rooms for families and friends to be able to visit. As you can see on our screen, our large dining room and big spacious gallery has allowed plenty of people to come and visit. So there's tons of areas for everyone to be, so that they're spread out throughout the home, but visit with their loved ones. Our exercise programs are done daily. We have a beautiful courtyard. One of the things you may not think about is someone who is in a secure memory care can't get out. They're not going outside unless a loved one takes them out. We have a fully enclosed, lit up courtyard, so they can exercise out there, they can make their rounds around, but it really provides them a safe environment, but an area to be outside. And then small family rooms, so just outside their rooms, they find a family room, so it feel very much similar to home. That's really what we've really gone for in that. We offer a private studio for them as well. Well, because of the concerns in regards to memory care, they don't have that full kitchenette. They do have the same luxury environment that our other homes does. Granite countertops, the nice cabinets, the planks, the vinyl plank flooring, and then of course the very spacious bathroom for safety with all of those amenities. One of the things that you'll find in our memory care is our really trained staff. There is a licensed nurse on duty 24 hours a day. We have a good days program, which combines activities with wellness. We're constantly looking at memory care in a different way, treating them as normal as possible, and making sure that we're bringing those memories back. You find memory boxes in our thing, treasure boxes, pet therapy, tons of hands-on projects, many life enriching activities, musical memories, aromatherapy, all part of the program to keep them actively engaged and keep their minds continuing to work. We provide a personalized approach to their care, learning about the ways that they like things done, and training our caregivers to those specifics so that they can continue to remain as independent as possible, even though they have a disease that really is hurting their brains. That's really how we do things different. So what is the difference between assisted living and nursing home? Everybody wants to know, and often they'll say to me, well, you run a nursing home, right? Well, I don't. It is very different in the way that our home is built. Our home is built in a family style atmosphere. It is not, they have their individual apartments, where in a nursing home, many times you're in a shared environment. They're more of a hospital feel in a nursing home. In the assisted living, you'll find very much a couchy home-like feel. Nursing homes are going to provide you with a higher level of medical care, though. We're not going to do our wound care here. We're not going to do any of those sorts of things. We're not going to do a skilled treatment. We're not going to do ostomies or colostomies or any of those sorts of stuff that a skilled environment can. But what we can offer is our outside providers coming in and doing that, like I said, an LPN on staff and medication assistance. They're going out of the home, they're going on transports, all those sorts of stuff. It is restaurant style dining, things like that. Whereas when you get into more of the nursing home environment, you're looking at more of a medical. So I would say that the assisted living is a little more of a social, and your nursing home is going to be a little more of a medical. And that makes the way they pay for it very different. So how do you pay for assisted living? So as different than nursing home or skilled care, Medicare, it is basically private pay. Medicare nor Medicaid will pay for an assisted living environment, but there are other ways. Long-term care insurance, private pay. The VA, for their veterans who have served during wartime, there's a aid and attendance benefit that many people don't know about. Some people have used reverse mortgages because they're ready to sell their house or things like that. So there's ways for that, but it's important to note that because there is no skilled care, that assisted living is private pay. And then the last thing I kind of want to talk to you guys about is you guys do a lot of volunteering and may know others that want to volunteer, have kids, have grandkids, have whoever it may be that may want to volunteer at Grand South. We're always looking for volunteer opportunities for those to work from the residents. I have a 9-year-old, and nothing has been more of a blessing in the years that I've been able to spend than having him here participating with our residents. They've learned so much. There's been such great stories. So whether it be, if you're interested in clergy or clerical or doing activities or coming in, we do a big family event every month. We did a big sock hop last year. Those are all wonderful opportunities to get involved with our residents or visit Grand South. So if you'd like to learn more about Grand South or any of these opportunities or anything that Brittany spoke of, please feel free to come by at any time, call us, schedule a tour. We're gonna leave a couple of brochures and some information for you guys, cups, things like that, but we would love to learn more, for you guys to learn more about senior living. So I'll end with that. Brittany, is there anything that I missed? And ask if you guys have any questions about Grand South or senior living.
Cost.
Our rent starts at about $4,000 a month for the first, for our assisted living, and it raises based on the care level and the needs in memory care.
So if the occupant or the resident does not need care, is it a different rate?
So the rent is always the rent, and the care is based on a level of care and medication administration. So we have residents that literally live there and pay their rent, and they don't need any care, and they, come and go as they please, and there's no additional cost associated with
That
them.
includes the meals.
That includes the meals, the exercise, the nurse on staff, the emergency attendants, all that sort of stuff. So you get provided with the safety and security of being in that environment, and the meals and the restaurant style dining and the transportation to outings and the activities, but you don't necessarily require the caregiver hands-on assistance, correct? So plenty of people that live there is more of an independent living style, absolutely.
So in order for long-term care to pay, does there have to be a medical component?
So depending on whatever your long-term care policy states, will depend on whether or not you're qualified for long-term care. I work pretty closely with that. I will say about 40% of our residents have a long-term care policy that's assisting with their payment for those things. But I've learned a lot about it over the years, and we can work to get somebody approved appropriately.
So do you take people with wheelchairs, or do they have to be physically able to walk?
As long as they're able to self-propel, or, we do take people in wheelchairs. So we have a couple residents with wheelchairs right now. If they're able to cognitively press their button, and we're able to come escort them, then they're appropriate for assisted living. It's when they can't do that becomes a little more concerning. We cannot take, unless they can self-propel, we struggle, we can't admit somebody in the memory care. They have a little more stricter guidelines in regards to wheelchairs, whereas if they have the cognition, it's a lot easier. It should let somebody be admitted in the assisted living side. Any other questions? Yeah.
You might have said this, but what is your occupancy right now?
We have 50 residents. Our 50th resident will be moving in at the end of the month. And we have a couple deposits out there. So we would expect to be full within the next 6 months. And we opened about a year ago. We expected it to take about 18 months to fill up. Yes, sir.
Are you seeing most of your residents come from Dothan or outside of Dothan? What's the percentage?
Most of our residents are coming from Dothan. What we have found somewhat recent, and when we first opened, is someone like myself, whose parents might live in Florida, and I live here, and they've come and moved in. So I'd say about a quarter, would you say a quarter? Yeah, somewhere about a quarter, a little less than that, have come from the outside coming in. But the majority of our residents have come from the Dothan area. Or the Wiregrass region, I should say, maybe Enterprise and that sort of stuff.
How is the rate? You have a couple that moves in.
So there's an additional fee for a couple of $1,000 plus their care. So that covers their food and those sorts of things. We do have a 1-bedroom apartment. We have a number of couples that live at Grand South. So we have a 1-bedroom apartment that seems to work well for a couple. And then we have a number of residents that the one resident maybe lives on our assisted living side, and their spouse is living on the memory care side because they want to be close to their loved ones, and this allows them to do both. So we actually have 3 couples like that right now.
Does that mean $1,000 in addition to the 4,000?
Correct, yeah.
So we're talking 5,000?
For the second person, yeah. Yep.
What's the split on your memory care versus normal assisted living? Is it 40-40?
It's 40-40, yeah.
40 rooms, 40 rooms.
40 rooms, yep, exactly.
So I assume the minimum, if you're going in for memory care, that's care also.
It's about 65. Yeah. But it is a secure, they get the same, I think it's one of the things that we've done a really good job of making sure that our memory care residents receive the same dining opportunities and the same opportunities, the same activities and opportunities, all of that sort of stuff that our assisted living does. So they still have, I mean, their dining room is just as beautiful as the other one. They still have restaurant style. We serve you just like you can be at a restaurant.
Do you have a musical program?
We do. We have multiple musical programs that come in. We have church services on Sundays. We have musical programs. If you would like to come in and sing for our residents, I will take you up.
I work for West Pro.
Yeah, at the Methodist Church. Yeah, we have a number of them.
And I do sing. So it wouldn't be anything strange to me.
There you go. Well, then you know all about it. We have a number of residents that have actually participated in that program and then have since moved.
Those are two valuable parts for the aging that we don't always recognize. Exercise and music, because music opens up a whole new area for them in their lives.
Yeah, I have a program called Music of the Mind that we use, and it really is about talking to those families if they're not able to express up to them and talking about what they really enjoyed and that really a major part of that is the musical experience. We know that can draw back memories. We have a resident who's nonverbal who lives in our memory care, but if you put on the right music, she becomes verbal again. She's able to sing, although she's not able to talk. So, absolutely. Well, if there's no more questions, again, I want to thank you all for having us today. I want to thank Cameron for the invite. I really am just grateful to be here. We got to come as our guests, and Mike's guest is in the past, and it's great to be in front of you. Again, we'll have some cups and some brochures and that sort of stuff that has some of our contact information on there. If you're interested in coming by, if you're interested in volunteering, if you're interested in learning more about senior living, we'd love to let you guys know. Appreciate the opportunity.
I've heard a rumor that Westmoreland and Lester are gonna be putting together a quartet, so, you know, the two other members.
There you go.
Les, to your question, I know a bit about long-term care.
Yes.
There's 6 activities of daily living.
Yeah.
And to qualify under long-term care, you have to be unable to do 2.
Okay.
The 6 are transferring from bed to couch, continence, toileting, bathing, dressing, or feeding.
Okay.
Next week, our program is Chris Warren, who's the director of the Houston County Library System. We want to thank everyone who helped with the program today. Our greeter, Mark Hurston, Stan Sessions, Stephen Holloman, Catherine Melee, and Rick Riker. Thank our guests for attending. And if there's nothing else, we stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today. Good to meet you. Yeah.